Raised by Summer Studios presents a film about Kevin Tanner, Gus Potter, and a devastating fire. This is a Sounding Surf Coast story.
Hey, I'm Kevin Tanner. I'm the owner and operator of Sounding Surf Co. in Charlestown, Rhode Island. Started shaping probably around 12, 14 years old. Got my first blank and went at it with some hand tools. I started the business quite a bit later. 2012, I think I started actually putting the label on boards and started making some boards for some friends and stuff instead of just myself. It's been almost a full year at this point. Shop got hit by lightning and pretty much burned to the ground. A friend was in there working on a board. He had just taken a break when the lightning hit. So luckily he didn't have any tools in his hands or anything like that and was out of harm's way.
It all happened pretty quickly. I was sitting there and in an instant you hear a loud ass bang. I remember seeing what my memory registers as a flash, of electricity kind of around me. I don't know how. My name is Gus Potter, and for the past couple years or so I've been making some backyard boards with Kevin and learning from him.
Honestly, probably the blackest clouds I've ever seen, and the whole westerly Charlestown area got rocked pretty hard. I was down at the surf shop in Matunic when it happened and got the phone call. It was pretty surreal. I basically knew what I was pulling up to. There's been plenty of fires in the industry and stuff, glass shops and whatnot. Everything in the building is super flammable, so.
And I knew pretty instantly what had happened. My house got hit by lightning when I was a kid, and it didn't take too long for me to realize and kind of start. I was worried. I was sitting there in the black, and then I hear, and at the same time hear a and see a glow in the other room. And I knew what it was immediately. It's nothing else. So I was, at this point, not just worried, but panicked, or was panicking, and realized that the fire had started. It
was, in the moment, it was just yep, this is happening. Nothing I can do about it. And it wasn't until quite a few months later that it kind of really hit me. It was something that I didn't realize for a while, kind of the mental impact it had on me for a bit, till I kind of bottomed out. And then once I got the trailer and stuff, started working on that up and running, and got the temporary situation I have going now up and running, that kind of how down it had gotten me.
Grabbed this because it was literally in front of my hands. Grabbed my backpack, Kevin's backpack, just tried to grab some things that made sense, but I grabbed them, threw them out onto the lawn, and I have a memory of once I got that first shuttle of things into a safe place, I ran back thinking that I could get another trip into there to grab some stuff. And I remember walking back and looking at the opening of the garage door. I couldn't even see the back of the room, which was maybe 10 feet away. It was just black smoke. At this point, the flames had engulfed the whole shaping bay and were coming out of the door. It felt like staring death in the eyes and being there you are, you're so close. This is also fragile, this life thing. Because that could have been it, you know?
It definitely felt like a pretty big setback. The Soundings was kind of just starting to cross a new hurdle into the amount of boards I was doing and stuff, and like the attention to the brand and whatnot. And like my phone continuing to ring, like, hey, you got this, you got that? I'm like, nope, so there was a fire.
And at that point, it became pretty traumatizing to like watch everything that Kevin had created over, the past 10 or so years. I'm not sure how long it's been, just go up in a matter of minutes, helplessly, completely helplessly.
I know. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. I thought you were Kevin.
A lot of us also who know him know that there's some bigger stuff kind of at works, and that like his little Winnebago, his Breaking Bad scenario that he's got set up in his backyard is not like, it's not it,
There's some irons in the fire to make some moves to grow things bigger and stuff. The trailer's definitely a temporary thing. Right now, trying to find the right space and the right thing. I just can't go into too much detail about it right now, but there's some stuff in the works. As soon as I started shaping boards again, it was just like lit a fire under my ass. Not to make a bad joke, but the good kind of fire.
It's like losing a home in a way. It's like obviously it's not like losing a life, but a place like that has so much life to it that when it's gone, like a piece of him is probably gone too. And I know loss from a personal experience, and it's really tough to deal with, man, and no one does it the same way. So yeah, like deal with it the best you can, pick up the pieces and rebuild.
Yeah, just really appreciate everybody's patience with everything, and how awesome and like giving it the community and stuff was with the GoFundMe and all that. Like it meant the fucking world to know everybody had my back like that.
Yeah, man, it's like the guy has probably had to grieve for the loss of his creation for many months now, because that's basically what it's like. And this is a gigantic test of resiliency, and can you come back from a thing like this? It's like the ultimate phoenix rising out of the ashes story. But that's not to say that like that just happens,
One year later. Howdy, folks. I'm happy to report that Kevin has found a new home for Soundings. Kevin has a residence at Space Rock Glassing, the first multi-label glassing facility in New England. Here he has been appointed the head laminator. Gus is still working side by side with Kevin and has taken a position at the facility as a hot coater and sander. Kevin continues to grow and evolve through this new process and is proud to say that Sounding Surf Co. is here to stay.
The other thing too is like it's not just he's not done. You know what I mean? Like it's like even his temporary solution's badass.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
I don't have any plans on going anywhere. Other than maybe a surf trip somewhere warm.
They got his back. Anyone who doubts it, well, they're pretty impatient.
That's a perfect answer.